Hi, this is Dan Crosier with COFOH Live Undead. This is our second interview of the day up here in Greeley, Colorado, at the headquarters of Distortions Unlimited. Earlier, we talked with Allison with Greeley Monster Day.
Isn't she awesome?
She is fantastic. Right. You guys have a great marriage. Going with that event. Yeah. Working with them, and I'm here with. Ed and Marsha Edmunds, the legends.
Oh yeah, I don't know about legends, but yeah, we we're making a living making monster. I don't know what that means, but
yeah. You guys are getting Well, how long have you guys been in business?
It's our fourth year.
I'm saying 41 years.
41 years?
Wow. That hurts a little.
1978.
Yeah,
we started when we were 2. So
incidentally, I was 2 in 78.
Yes.
No way!
Wow.
So I remember you guys in Jersey.
That's
briefly.
Did a little dumpster diving.
Did a little dumpster. Yes, we went over that. I was a little thief. Yeah.
Well, it is trash. But
yeah, a little latex thief. I think mostly I just got your discarded supposed bad casted hands or something.
Right.
I think that's probably about all I got. But it was fun. It was you were kind of my gateway drug into that culture and that art scene.
Well, it makes sense. It would be in a dumpster in the back of an old building.
Yep, yes. That's true. Dumpster diving.
That's where it all started.
Yeah, as one should, and get tetanus.
Oh yeah, well that's just part of the price you pay, but monsters are worth it.
Did you keep any of the old masks or anything?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think anything has kept with me. So years later when we reconnected, over 10 years ago, I suppose.
Right.
I started buying liquid latex off of you guys.
Right.
Every now and then he's like, here's a bad cast, here's a bad, because I would use that in stage shows and film and stuff.
Right.
So that was always very sweet and very endearing. That's always something fun. I'll always cherish.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys, it's Halloween season.
Yes.
What are you guys doing talking to me?
Yeah,
Get back to work.
Know. Listen, if it wasn't you, you'd have been
true.
See you in November. No.
Right.
No, I'm happy to do it, Dan. And it is crazy, but we just stay a little later. But we're a little late on some of the orders, but we're getting it all out. We're gonna try. That's our thing. So many people just they'll wrap the season 6 weeks before October 31st.
Yeah.
And we're like capitalists, and we're like, dude. Well, maybe not Marsha, but I'm like, dude, this is like popcorn sales at the movies. It's not coming back. It's you lose it, it's gone. And so we try to take orders right up to the end and get everything out.
We're kind of unusually busy this year. I mean,
it's been especially busy.
We have been over the last few years creeping closer and closer to Halloween. It used to be years ago, the 1st of October we were pretty much done. But nowadays with social media and our website
Amazon
and everything, we work later.
You guys have been killing it on your social media platforms, your videos and stuff. Is that something that you kind of learned from the TV show and doing that and having to engage with people maybe?
Maybe. I think we got used to cameras. I was pretty used to cameras throughout the years because the news stations had come out and so forth. But so many people were just begging for making monsters to come on, and they would say stuff like, well, can't you just set up a camera and so we could, and they don't understand.
Just the live feed.
They don't understand.
You just set this up.
Well,
just plug
Warm Springs, they took our mess and turned it into art. Those guys, in fact, so often they were so colorful and so talented. I felt like the show would have been better if they turned the cameras around, because they were just such a fun bunch, and so it a lot more goes into that show than I think meets the eye that made it special, and so.
But we decided to do Monster Lab, so we've been shooting those, and Adam comes out and just shoots random stuff sometimes too, and posts that, and so that's fun, kind of behind the scenes sort of stuff, and so we're trying to do more of that. Put it out,
Yeah, the thing is, the thing that's I think special about Monster Lab is I'm not there to impress anybody, like to get a job or something. I think a lot of these videos, people are like trying to make it seem mysterious and amazing.
Okay.
My thing is I want people to see how simple it is and just do it. Just do it. And then the reason that we try to make them really good with music and sound effects and like me poking my eye out every now and then or whatever it is so that they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Even if you don't plan on making a mash, you might watch it just to see how it's done. And people so far have loved it.
Yeah.
They just loved it. In fact, it's kind of switched. It used to be people would stop us on the street and be, I love your show and stuff. And I'm thinking making monsters. And as I'm talking to them, they're talking about Monster Lab,
Oh, great.
Oh, okay.
It's making that kind of impression.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 6 years since Making Monsters.
Yeah, that's so
It's been
hard
a while.
to believe.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
And you were on the first year, so that's like 9 years ago.
Yeah, that was 2011 that
yeah.
Enigma and I shot with you guys. Yeah. That was a fantastic. Well, we were here the whole week for that bit of airtime.
Oh,
it's remarkable to see what goes into it.
That
what
was
the
their
end
trick.
result is.
They film so much.
Yeah.
Now, unlike most reality TV that is not real, and they just, here's your script. You're the mean boss. You're the dumb guy, and all this stuff.
That's his
They
template.
actually would just sit down. What are you guys doing? All right, we'll try to film this, and that. And so most of the show. But in order to accomplish that, in fact, I was talking to a guy at a trade show one time, and Warm Springs was there. And so I was saying, I bet they film 100 hours for every episode. And Lisa Tanzer, the showrunner, steps up. She goes, that's incorrect. It's 10 hours for every minute.
Ooh.
Think about that. Now, so I don't care who you are. I don't know what you're doing. Doesn't matter. If a professional film company filmed you for 10 hours and turned it into 1 minute, you'd seem like you had the most wonderful life and were so funny and brilliant and talented or whatever. Because they've got all that footage to work with. So that's what made the show great is they were able to catch.
It's just like, now he's entertaining.
Yes.
Well, they can pretend both ways. They can make you look really nice, or they can make you look like
really bad.
Jerk.
Yeah.
It's all in editing tricks and things. Like they could show something horrible, like children being hit by a train, and then the next cut is you laughing. But that's how they make you look wicked. No, I mean these are Hollywood tricks, but they were the company was great, and they were more interested in just letting the world see what we do.
Yeah. That show's absolutely remarkable. It's still very enjoyable to watch and to see all the stuff that goes into it. You had a slightly more hair back then on the top.
Did I?
Yeah, I did too. Because if I was like,
falling out.
Yeah, Elise was. Yeah, that episode, Elise was just like, you got so. Yeah, I know it's not coming back.
No, it's so horrible. I don't want to look like one of my monsters, but eventually I will. I'll be on auction.
Eventually,
I'm not an animal. But what are you going to do? It's either that or die.
Yeah, well, you could always be that Mad Max character.
Yeah. Well, Mad Max, he was cool. He was all beat up and stuff, but he looked cool. That's what I'll shoot for, Mad Max.
Oh,
you
there
could
you
be
go.
married to Mad Max.
There you go. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how Monster Day came about for you.
Well, I totally stole the idea. Don Post Studios did a thing, I think it was the 70s, called Monster Days. Okay. And of course they're out in Hollywood, so Forey Ackerman could show up and Don Post would have their masks and put them in costumes and they just do little skits and things. And I looked at that and it was like all young teenage boys. And I thought, the girls have their princess stuff. And there's nothing for the guys. They're just sitting home playing video games. There's nothing for them to do. And so that was my thought when I first came up with it. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, it's a different world now. The boys showed up. The girls showed up. Their parents showed up. Their grandparents showed up. Their dogs. I mean, it's like it very quickly we realized that this was not a kids event. We got a choo-choo coming.
Yep, we got a little train activity.
Yes. Well, they'll interrupt us a few times
That's
during
okay.
this, I'm sure.
Well, it just gives it character.
That's
what
right.
it is. It's character.
That's right.
Yeah.
Character.
There we go. Yeah.
It's not as bad as I remember it.
Well, sometimes they really blast the horn. The funny thing to me is they'll blast it all the way through the intersection. It's like, dudes, they're dead by now. If there was somebody,
Yeah,
gone,
you've already
blowing the horn.
obliterated them. So Monster Day was initially something that you took or participated in.
Yeah, I was in this
70s,
book.
huh?
Lee Lambert wrote a
okay.
book, a big thick book like this on Don Post, and I was flipping through it, and when I saw that, I said, "Gee, that's a great idea."
Yeah.
So I called up DDA and Allison, the gal you just interviewed, answered the phone, and I said, "Allison, I got this idea, and I don't know that how much I explained to her. Maybe I said, it'd be like Monsters on the Street or something." And she said, "Well, I'll tell you what, let's have a meeting, and I might have a couple people come in, and let's talk about it." So we met for breakfast at the diner up here. And so I thought, well, to kind of show them what it's like to have a monster, Monsters on the Street, I got in this Von Charon lab coat, high quality thing, and this big-headed alien that George Shell sculpted, and hands and everything. And I come walking in the restaurant. And so everybody get a laugh and took pictures and stuff. And we sat down, but it was like everybody was there.
Yeah.
Greeley welcoming, Greeley Chamber.
Wow.
I don't know, DDA. I can't, but it was like this huge crowd. And so I'm like, okay, now it's time for the sales pitch. There was no sales pitch. This is how plugged in they are. They are just like, their first question is, all right, what are we doing? That's how they, and I'm like,
this
is
sweet.
not normal.
Yeah,
it doesn't really work that way usually.
No, it doesn't. Well, in fact,
great.
we're working with Blazing Illuminations now, and they've worked with a lot of towns and stuff all over. And they said, this is unique. This is a unique group of people, and it's usually there's just, there's not necessarily fighting, but kind of, between different departments, kind of, and everybody's like, let's hold hands and make something happen. And they do, great. And they are so good at that and so fun. And so it took off with a bang. Now they estimated maybe 500 people would show up. That first year, 6,000 people show up.
Yeah.
And we're like,
wow.
And after it was over, I said, is that good? Was this good? And they're, oh yeah, this is good. And so it's grown every year. I think they were estimating 10,000. I don't know how you do that with people coming and going all day and so many people, but it's just a funny thing that people really resonate with. It's just, it's all about monsters, not about Halloween. It's monsters. And so, I don't know, everybody seems to love it.
Yeah. That's fantastic. It's something that's it found its flooring and it seems to be taken off. I think I mentioned earlier, it's like between Monster Day and then the Broadway Halloween parade.
Yeah,
it's two of the the more unique free events, public events, and then also some of the more encouraging and engaging in terms of like the community, families coming out and just it's a wonderful celebration. With the anti-bullying campaign and Monster Day, it's great. It's good messaging, and it's something that hopefully families in the community at large will really continue to support and participate.
Well, it's wonderful. I don't want to go down too many bunny trails on you, but we had already worked with these guys for years and donated to them and things because it's so good, it's so effective, and then when we're doing Monster Day, it's like, what a fit. Don't be a monster. Monster Day. It's just, and so they've been awesome. And it's really been fun to work with them.
That's fantastic. Going back a little bit more with, your history, because you started out in Crosier. Well, really you started out in your garage, right?
Yeah, it was, well, I guess as a business, it was in the garage. That started in a small house in a garage. No, that's not true. It started in the second bedroom of an apartment duplex, and I was really sophisticated. I made a little 2x4 thing so I could paint 4 masks at once. Boy, it was I tell you,
You were
was
sailing.
uptown.
Yeah. Nice. So it just snowballed, or were you able to finish masks and take it to shows?
I think it snowballed the day we got the phone call from Morris Costumes. And we put ads in Fangoria, and little ads, they cost $85 back then. I hate to think what they do now.
Yeah.
And it was just a couple little pictures and the Bazaar from Distortions Unlimited. And so I had a P.O. box, and every day I'd go check the P.O. box, and people were buying the stuff. And so after about a year, somebody, I think maybe the first contact was David Seraph. And he sent a nice letter and said they carried down post and were selling about $500,000 a year. And not that we do those numbers, but just give them an idea how big they were and so forth. And so we started selling to them, and then it just accelerated.
Yeah, we were actually pretty much exclusive with Morris Costumes until early 90s.
No kidding. That long.
Right.
Yes.
Long time.
Yeah, from 78 to.
And then then in the early 90s, we started doing big animatronics and props and so forth. And so kind of changed that. It's
Frankenstein in the paint room.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Frankenstein in the paint room. Where do you hear a thing like that?
Oh yeah.
Kind of on that.
Yeah. Only here at Distortions. That and the
Or
7-Eleven down the
Transylvania,
street.
perhaps. Oh yeah.
Mondo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can just patch it in there.
Yeah. Even during interviews, he's got to direct the
That's right.
troops.
Monsters.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh man, we're just this whole thing's falling apart.
It's starting to fall apart,
You wanna talk?
as it should. Mike, you want to jump in on this?
Sure, Mike. Tell the world what you think.
We're broadcasting
You don't
live.
want to know.
That's probably true. I think that's words of wisdom.
It's just going down a deep hole.
I know. Right.
Optimism.
Yes, total optimism. He's got that, not Peter Pan, who is it? Pollyanna spirit. That's right. It's
that's
the
an
glad
interesting-
game in the
I haven't
welding.
heard that reference in
Yeah.
a long time.
Glad game.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
But also in that same movie was the preacher was saying death comes unexpectedly. So, it's something for everyone.
Yeah. A little darkness, a little happiness. There's a love story in there.
Yeah.
At the end, you have a nice sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good way of putting it. A nice sandwich. That's
Yeah. There you go. So, man, for the longest time, you were doing masks in the 90s, doing animatronics.
right.
Was there a big transition there, or was that something you were just gradually working towards?
There was a big transition.
Okay.
And that we came up with a product that totally changed our company, and it totally changed the industry forever. Now, it just happens to be us because we were in the business at the time. It would have been something sometime, but we came up with this electric chair in '96, and prior to that, everything haunted houses. Largely, the JCs did some pretty nice stuff, but largely it was black plastic and masks from the dime store.
Yep.
And that's what that's what a haunted house was, and very, very low income sort of thing. So we come up with this electric chair, and I thought we'd sell 6.
Okay.
And we sold over 200 that first year. And those things went out. And what happened was, what people discovered, and I think they sold well because a lot of the people in the business are really just big kids, and they just wanted it. So they took marketing dollars, whatever they had to buy this thing, because it was $3,800, which was outrageous back then. It was outrageous. There wasn't anything like that. And so they went out, and then suddenly the papers are showing up. People are showing up. Their numbers are doubling. And so the very next year, they went from, oh boy, God, it's so expensive, but I have to have this thing. We went from that to what's next? What do you got?
Yeah.
And
Nice.
so we were ready and had a number of products that we developed with with I guess
sure they're
some
gonna get
students
the
in
wings up and catch everything.
I don't know. Marcia probably remembers better
What?
than me. Who were the students that we worked with?
Oh, okay. Thanks, Janine.
Who were
I'm
the
sorry?
students we
No
worked
problem.
with in Fort Collins to help develop our animatronics?
They were CSU students. I
to
don't
see
know.
it, but it was
Yeah.
some department. It was
Yeah,
some
like
engineering?
engineering. Yeah.
Oh,
engineering.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
so in
Yeah.
our
Had some interns.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah, well, and Mike kind of helped coordinate them, I guess, with Fiero Fluid Air, which has a new name now,
Fear automation.
Fiero Automation.
Yeah.
Nice.
But he was working with them, and so we did a charging alligator. Oh, gee, I
Oh,
can't even
cool.
remember. Jack in the Box,
Wow.
maybe, I don't know.
We
But
still do the same gator. Yeah.
yeah, we still do them. But anyway, so
Bye,
that
Janine.
was like.
See you, Janine.
You want to say
Bye.
hi?
You want to say hi?
Good to see you. Want to come on now?
Come around and say hi to the world. You're live. Your
Do you
hair
see
looks
my hair?
fantastic. Yeah, that's right.
I got the Charlie Brown thing going. It's fine. Missing the
Bye.
squiggly.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
You should just draw a squiggly, and that would be your
I did-
Halloween costume.
I did that once. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. I was like, I shouldn't have done that in permanent marker. What was I?
That,
thinking?
oh, did you really?
I did that. Yeah. I think that was a high school thing. That was stupid.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny.
Oh yeah, it was funny. It's just like that scrubbing off a layer of skin. That wasn't so funny. And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's patched over. And It's just calloused.
Have you seen my Facebook picture where I'm eating Charlie Brown?
Uh-huh.
I
have to check that
probably it was a 3D Charlie Brown.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Eating his brains.
Yeah. That's as one should.
We've digressed
peanuts.
horribly.
Digressed.
Horribly. I'm
That's
sorry.
that's okay.
You get us back
We're-
on track. We're
What
ready.
were you
Okay.
talking about?
So we're talking about engineering students at UNC. Getting them
CSU.
going. CSU. You doing new animatronics.
Uh-huh.
So that was a big change that happened very quickly because of that singular prop, and then but the thing that's led up to that is we had put in this big automation system and so forth, but we were still losing mast cells. And, China came in, and at first they weren't doing too good. Well, then they started doing really good.
Okay.
Really cheap. So it pretty much devastated the big corporate mass manufacturers in the United States. The only one that really held out was Be Something Studios, that's now Zagoni Studios.
Okay.
They've managed to weather it, but everybody else either went to China or they just put a for sale sign on the door. And so we made that shift. We're starting to get back into mass and things now, but we made that shift in 97, I guess, and that changes forever.
Yeah, recently I know your Mask of the Month.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that something that's still ongoing?
No, we canned it.
You can't do it.
It
It
was
went for 2 years.
Monster
That's a
Month.
good stretch
Yeah,
for
it was.
such an exclusive
It
thing.
was.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. And it was fun for the people who signed up because it allowed grown adults to have almost like relive their childhood sort of thing. Because they knew it was going to be something they'd like, because the stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, you don't know what it is, but you know it's going to be good.
Well, yeah, we had different artists, do
yeah.
different sculptors, so that was fun. And,
Yeah. Like Mikey Rotella.
Mikey,
Yeah.
various
Jordu,
people,
maybe?
yeah, Jordu, lots of people.
Greg, what was the name of his company? He had a whole company.
Greg Duffy, yeah,
Yeah, but what was the company? Creature Effects.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Creature.
But anyway, lots
Something.
of
Yeah.
sculptors.
Sorry, Greg.
Nice.
And,
Creature Revenge.
there you go.
Oh, there you go. Revenge of the Creature.
Well,
It's like, now
Creature
we're just getting
Revenge.
into movie titles.
And he told me his favorite movie was The Creature from the Black Lagoon. So it all
that
came
makes
together
sense.
right
Yeah.
now. I just figured it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. You figured out that whole
Yeah.
that
That's
man's
right.
life
You learn
story.
something every day. That's what I learned today.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. So, with 41 years in the industry, I mean, it can be a very storied way. I've known your crew for at least 10 years.
Yes.
Janine, Mike, Mondo downstairs.
Yes.
Doing all the pouring and latex, and your kids.
Yes.
So it's a big small family operation.
Right.
And you guys and like everybody's been together for quite
Yeah.
some time, at least 15 years.
Everybody's super knowledgeable and talented. And, you know, at one point when we did Batman in '89, and
I remember that. I remember that article.
we were cranking Batman. We reproduced over 100,000 pieces in 14 weeks, if I'm remembering correctly. And we had 75 employees, and it was so hard. I wasn't even doing anything hardly anymore. I sculpted a little bit, but it was all management, you know, which is, I'm not even good at it, but that's what I was doing. And so when we kind of redesigned the company and gave up on mass, it really, it had funneled down to just a few really great people. And so we put out phenomenal amounts of stuff, especially the last 2 months. It's just been ridiculous, the amount of stuff that's gone out the doors. And it's
with all the Halloween orders.
Yes, Halloween and haunted house and retail and everything. And so you know, it's really a pretty action-packed crew we've got. They're really talented.
Super talented. You know, making monsters kind of showed our crew somewhat, even though Jordu and Ed got, you know, most of the PR.
Well,
But
naturally.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But
Kind of David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
did you
right.
read my contract? Only the blue M&Ms.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
but they did get some coverage, which is great because, you know, they're what drives this company.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, people, and I think people really want to see them more. They want to see our crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we try to do that. We're going to try to do that more in Monster Lab, and
Cool.
you know, our different social media try to get more of that out there because what they do is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Monster Lab on YouTube, like every now and then when that pops up in my my Facebook feed, you know, I'll post that back to the COFOH page and you know see people engage, and you know, it's interesting to see, you know, the people that want to be artists or have creative inclinations and stuff. They certainly you know, take a look at it and you know, hopefully they're trying it out, you know, for themselves. But that's the whole intent, is just to inspire people. And
take away the
instruct them,
mystery.
maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
And I enjoy that, and I enjoy people realizing that they can do this stuff. That it isn't, you know, I didn't understand it when I was young. I didn't understand that you could make this stuff in volume and things. It's really we haven't really talked about volume yet, that people can really make a bunch of this stuff. We'll have to deal with that at some point.
How to make multiples.
Yeah, how to make foam masters and make multiple molds and go nuts.
Yeah,
I think that's in fact, one of the episodes was how to start your own mass factory or something like that, and just went through.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah.
So, hopefully it's more Marsha, you know, Business 101. You know? It's like
actually we did that live at Mass Fest, and I filmed that, and it's actually already edited. We haven't released it yet, but it's more the business side of it. How, because really that's, I hate to say this, but it's, you know, the old say, well, you make a better mousetrap and you know, the world will beat a path to your door. It's not true.
Nope.
It's not true. And so really the other stuff is more important than here's the nuts and bolts of doing it. You can learn that, especially nowadays. It's the business side of how to make it happen, and the team and everything. And so we did that live on stage, and then we did this other one that kind of tells you everything you need to set up your own monster shop.
I think that's something that's really needed, especially amongst the creative community. You know, so everybody's, you know, just focusing on the creative aspect, but when it comes to the business, the marketing, the sales, they're, you know, they're kind of
do you have a market?
Right.
You know,
well, is there something? Are you making something that people want, and are you you know how to reach people? And that's the other truth, is that your understanding of the internet is more important than your art. It shouldn't be that way, but it is that way. And there's people that are putting out not so good a product that are getting rich off of the internet and being able to reach out to the world. And the other people that are phenomenal artists that they just don't want to mess with that. They just want to do their art. But it's like,
But
you
not
gotta
that
do
we
both.
want to do that. I mean, really, we want to back up with great product, great quality.
No. Oh no,
And that's a problem.
The ultimate is to have both.
Right. As we grow, social media and so forth, we really need to back it up with inventory.
Yeah.
And keep the quality up. So you have to have both.
Well, and like I mentioned earlier, you guys are able to engage with your your fans, but at the same time, I'd imagine your marketplace very well, just using social media.
Yeah.
But of course, you still are going to the trade shows and having that prominent presence there and selling or display and trying to sell whatever the new thing is that you guys are developing in house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we have to have the trade shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
very important, and I think it's great to come out with your wares and go to a place where everybody can show up and see everything that's going on in the industry. But it's still the internet. There's nothing like it. There's never been anything like it. It's still the wild, wild west, even though there's forces trying to manipulate it and control it. It's still, you can come up with a great idea or even just a funny video and reach the world. I mean, it's just amazing. It's not to be missed. And we're trying not to miss it. We're trying to use it to the fullest.
Yeah, you can find your demographic out there.
Yeah, you can. People can find you. It's amazing, and I've found some amazing people doing amazing stuff.
Yeah. Recently, I figured out. Just recently, I figured out what a great tool LinkedIn actually is.
Yes.
I'm on it. I've been on it for years. I don't know anything. I never check it, and I'm sure people are like, "Who is this turkey?" But people kept saying, "You got to get on it," so I did, and I haven't done it. But
Discovered it, huh?
it's good.
Well, so it's for the professional networking.
Yes.
It's when it started out, it was one of those platforms that just seemed to be like a good idea. And that's about where it kind of stayed for me. And then it's only in the last few years, it's like, oh, I should really beef this up because all these people that I want to interface with on a professional level are on this.
Right.
All my friends are on Facebook and on Twitter, on the social, more social aspect. This is more for the professionals, and there's offshoots of that. Each industry kind of has their own social media or social platform too. I found that out last year when I went to American Film Market. It's like there's an exclusive thing. It's like, oh my gosh, I got to pay into this, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting to see that and to see where you guys were like 10 years ago, and where you're at now. Now I'm very envious on your video production.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but here's the
You're
thing.
still doing it.
You're in a world
sorry.
where you can buy a decent camera and if you take the time and stuff, it's amazing what you can put out.
Yeah.
And so and again that in my career I've seen everything change. Print used to be these old machines that would feed one sheet at a time, and they put yellow and then blue and some talented guy and you had to do everything with a X-Acto knife and cut these rubies and all this stuff. That's gone. I mean, you call up, say, hey, we need catalogs in 2 days for a trade show, and you send it on the internet. There was color separator. The whole companies, that's all they did was color separation for catalogs and things. And every aspect, editing, like I had to go into sound studios to do some of our more complicated sound effects. And when we did The Dawn of Mass, that all had to be done in a professional studio and renting the equipment and filming with beta cameras. I think the cameras were, no, they weren't beta. We shot Dawn of Mass in 16 millimeter. And so all that stuff had to, you had to work with professional stuff. That's all gone now. You can do incredible stuff just in your living room. It just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, in the 3D community too. Now you have the advent of the accessibility of 3D printing.
Yes.
Is that something that Distortions played with?
We
yet?
haven't gotten into that too much.
No, we did a little trophy 3D, but we actually had a guy that works here make it for us.
Oh, okay.
So we dabbled in it, and I'm absolutely blown away by it. When somebody described this to me, I'm like, no way. And then I saw something that was made. It was like a ball with gears inside of gears inside of gears, and it was showing how it worked. And it's like, what did I Rip Van Winkle the world or something? Wake up in the next century? My gosh!
Yeah.
And then it comes so fast, and then it's like $200 you can buy one of these things. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's such a wonderful time, and really though, what I tell people is, you take all this technology and people. It's such a wonderful time to do it, but the real trade secret, the big trade secret, hard work. And back in the day, Thomas Edison said, most people miss opportunity because it's dressed in coveralls and looks like work. And that is still so true with all the technology and stuff. You've got to put in the time.
Yeah.
You've got to put in the creative, and now but you can just get really great results.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yes. Speaking of time, I know you guys are pressed for time and everything. And you've got to get back to work. But since you you operate in an industry that is Halloween year round, what do you do for Halloween?
Oh, well, this year we'll be in LA, and
At some special person's house.
Well,
Are we going to name drop?
oh well, we had
One of our
just
favorite
told
people.
we've been out to Dick Van Dyke's for the last I don't know 4 or 5 years. We'd go out and help him set up and
great.
Sell him some stuff.
Such a great guy, and he's done this since the 60s or something.
Yeah, I think so.
And so we help him out, and he appreciates it. But he's one of those guys that I say this, that he's like Robert Petrie. He's just like Robert Petrie.
Yeah,
that's how he is. Except his jokes are a little more colorful.
So anyway, that's where we'll be for Halloween. And
nice.
How about you?
We've got a Halloween party at the house.
Nice.
Just handing out trick or treats to the kids. It's
Nice.
yeah. So it's just kind of keeping it like relatively family friendly. Yeah. So me and my friends, it gets a little colorful, a little interesting. Poor Elise has to fly out of town for work, so
that's not good.
Yeah,
that could be trouble.
Yeah,
come back and the house is half burned down.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's why I own a time machine. Just stop it. It's very Rick and Morty.
Yes.
Well, actually, like you said, I just put in the time and the work and scrub.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Get
Rebuild.
that clean.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. But so as we're wrapping up, real quick, if you don't mind, let everybody know where they can find you on social media, on websites, and your next appearance.
Well, distortionsunlimited.com.
Yep.
Website.
That's website, and then we've got Distortions Official. Is it Distortions Unlimited Official?
Distortions Unlimited Official on Facebook.
And that's Facebook. And then we're on YouTube, Monster Lab, and Monster Tales, and I don't know how many monsters we've got out there. But
because Adam manages all our stuff, and so we don't know all that. But,
no.
Yeah, you can find us on our website for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
Yeah.
If people didn't know about it and they find it, they can just stay up late for night after night just going through the stuff. There's so much up there now.
Yeah, you've got 41 years of stuff.
Well, not 41 on the internet, but
True.
Boy, we got tons of stuff.
And I will say, people ask about tours ever so often, and they should contact Janine, and she schedules all the tours.
Nice.
And what else? Oh, people ask if we have a store. Unfortunately, we don't. We dream about it every year. We're like, okay, we're going to set up a space and sell some stuff, but we're so busy, we just didn't get it done. So we don't have a store.
Yeah, it sounds like a whole separate team that would have to manage
it really almost would have to be.
You guys are just neck deep in the production side.
So you just have to go online.
Yeah,
And
we really are.
That's all we can
manufacturers.
do.
And
Yeah.
that's, there's distributors out there, and that ain't us. So
Well, thanks so much, Marsha and Ed, for
Yeah,
taking
thank
time
you.
and
Yeah, this is
coming
great.
online. Hopefully we can chat again, in a year or so,
Oh, yeah.
and maybe set up in the back or something.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go for a walk through the monster mess. someday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're looking forward to next September.
Yep.
Your
Yep.
Colorado Festival.
Yep. COFOH Colorado Festival of Horror,
Oh, yeah.
September 11th through the 13th, 2020, at the Embassy Suites at I-70 and Havana.
So do we
Nice.
just show up or what?
Oh, we get to go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is
Well,
exciting.
I mean,
Of course, we'll have to chat about working with you guys in some capacity.
Okay.
Whether we have you on there as guests, I've got a whole board and committee that we've got to go through.
Yes.
Right now we're talking to hopefully our first guest, and then but at the same time I really want to do some creative projects. And another thing too is like maybe we help facilitate some tours to come out to Greeley,
Oh, yeah.
bring some people from Denver and
That'd be
come out
cool.
here and
That'd be cool.
kind of educate on what Distortions does.
Right. We're open to any of that stuff. Whatever comes up in your crazy mind, we're there.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yes.
But that'll be fun.
Okay.
Now listen, if we come to this thing,
Yeah.
brown M&Ms. Only the brown.
Oh, that's horrible.
You laugh, but I'm serious.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Well, everybody's just like, if they're upside down, they think they're rabbit pellets.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
no good.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Unless you see the ends. It's
Here's
like,
the
oh, wait a
thing.
minute.
I think it was Ozzy Osbourne that did that. But the silly thing is that means people are picking through your food with their fingers.
Yuck.
That's just
Yeah.
just give me the bag.
Yeah. Who's to say you have to eat them?
Well, I guess.
That's just a nice thing. It's like, oh, you read the contract.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not eating them.
So
Thank you.
Cool.
Dan.
so brown M&Ms.
Brown M&Ms.
That's their favorite.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
yes.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.